This is the only prison where doors were always open. No guards, no chains, no bars. And yet, nobody escaped. Why? Because outside the walls wasn't freedom, it was the Atlantic Ocean. Fort Boyard was built by Napoleon's men in 1804. At first, it was meant to be a fortress to protect France from enemies, but later it became a prison. Inside, prisoners could walk freely. They weren't locked in cells, they weren't chained. But the moment you stepped beyond those walls, you had only two choices: endless water or death. The ocean around Fort Boyard was not normal water. Sharks circled constantly. Guards and wardens were said to throw meat into the waves, keeping the predators close. The prisoners knew it. Jump, and you wouldn't even get the chance to swim far. The sea itself would eat you alive. But imagine you were lucky enough to dive in and avoid the sharks. The next problem was distance. From Fort Boyard to the nearest safe coastline was dozens of kilometers of open ocean. With no compass, no map, no land in sight, which direction would you even swim? One wrong choice and you drift endlessly into the Atlantic. Even if you rowed a small boat, the odds were still against you. The nearest shore wasn't a welcoming beach. It was dangerous tidal flats and currents strong enough to flip your boat. And if you thought you could swim to safety, think again. Salt water dehydrates you. Sun burns your skin. Muscles cramp. Experts say exhaustion would kill you long before you ever saw land. Some exaggerated that it could take 3 months of swimming just to reach the mainland, and even if you made it to land, it could be another 6 months on foot before reaching a city. In short, you wouldn't escape, you would vanish. So the prisoners stayed. They walked the stone corridors, listened to the endless sound of waves, and looked out at a horizon that promised freedom but delivered death. Today, Fort Boyard still stands in the Atlantic. Tourists visit, cameras film, game shows are staged within its walls. But stand there at dusk, when the sea turns black, and you'll feel it. The open doors, the endless water, and the silence of a prison that never needed guards. Because Fort Boyard's warden was never man. It was the ocean. What crime could one commite to be sentenced to this prison? If you were locked inside Fort Boyard with the doors wide open, would you dare to step outside?